Hi friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. And this time I'm gonna be reacting to F1 first lap, but they got increasingly more chaotic. Yeah, this was a suggestion, so yeah. Thank you for it, and let's just dig in.
Verstappen is out of the race. That's a big crash, and it's locking up in a crash. And Fernando Alonso goes over the top there of Charles Leclerc's Sauber.
These are F1 laps, but they get increasingly more chaotic. Ready? Buckle up. You know, life, like racing, can change in an instant. 1 second you're chasing victory. The next, you're the reason the marshals are waving the flags. And Valtteri learned that lesson with a bang. Hungary 2021, just 1 week after that race at Silverstone.
Lights out and away we go. Once again, Max Verstappen gets a decent start. Not as good as yesterday. Hamilton is right with him. Leclerc is already ahead of Bottas. Verstappen's ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Jeez, you couldn't write that even if you...
This side is just trash.
It tried. However, after Britain, let's just say the paddock was buzzing. Is Mercedes getting a little dirty?
Wasn't this one where Hamilton did win after this and Verstappen were kind of mad? He could be in hospital? Or not? I'm not sure. No.
And just when the whispers were peaking, he enters the chat.
10 to damn in touch. We've got cars on the road and off the road there. 5 cars, 6 cars, and more contact there between the Ferrari and the...
Sorry, guys.
Mate, this ain't a rally. Someone please tell him. 5 cars wiped out in seconds. Starting with Lando, who for once had absolutely nailed his start. Bam. Then Max. Lewis 1 week, Bottas the other. At this rate.
So who have effed up? Stroll? Sorry, I have black sheep in my mind.
He probably expected the catering staff to take him out next. And Checo didn't even get the chance to complain. He was probably booking an early flight while the other 14 cars were still in the pit lane. But wait, 14 in the pits, 5 out, that's 19. You're missing one.
It's going to be lights out and away we go for Lewis Hamilton only. The race leader is the only driver who's not come into the pit lane to change tyres. Now he can race full blast down towards turn 1. There's nobody behind him.
Weird, huh? Anyway, at least the Finnout did himself compared to the previous year.
Jump start, isn't it? Unfortunately.
And the year before that.
From Bottas, who looks up again. Hamilton is trying round the outside of his teammate and might squeeze through on the inside now into second place, and he does.
Crazy to think the dude went from reliable number 2 to walking L in 1 corner. If you made it this far without subscribing, congrats. You've lasted longer than Bottas did in turn 1. Hit the button before this episode gets red flagged. Thing is though, this wasn't the first time Mercedes had their drivers turn the whole race upside down on the first lap. Nah, this story starts a few years earlier. Spain 2016. 5th race of the championship. Rosberg on fire. 4 wins out of 4.
Rosberg wins the Australian Grand Prix. Brilliant night in Bahrain. Rosberg wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg has made it 3 wins out of 3. Nico Rosberg, who wins in Russia.
Hamilton, 0. And let's just say he wasn't loving it. Tension, sky high. Both of them hunting for blood. Lights out.
Lights out and away we go. It was a super start from Nico Rosberg. Hamilton's got going as well. Moves over to try and cut off his teammate, who now slips behind him a toe.
Rosberg nails the start. Hamilton, better second face. Gains fast. Turn 1, clean. But by turn 3...
Rosberg and Hamilton's onto the grass.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Nobody really agreed on what happened. Lewis pointed at Nico, Nico pointed at Lewis.
I was in the incorrect engine setting, so I was down in power. So Lewis closed in, and I saw him coming, so I closed the door, to defend my position, because that was my race to win. And the next thing is, him spinning on the grass and taking me out.
Do you think he was fair with you?
I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to move forwards and hope for the best.
What are the stewards decided?
Nothing.
Fans blamed Toto. Toto blamed his headset. And while everyone was busy arguing, an 18-year-old kid named Max Verstappen won his very first race with Red Bull.
The sun is out. The smiles will be
He did
out.
win,
At
right?
18 years and 227 days old, Max Verstappen wins a Formula One Grand Prix and is the youngest driver ever to win.
Youngest winner in history. And just like that, a new star was born. Meanwhile, on the silver side, this was the one that finally blew the lid off. Rosberg left Barcelona still leading the championship. And inside that garage, it was full-on civil war from here on out. I'll admit it, nice try, my friends, but let's...
Oh, this was from that. Oh, now I getting... No, I got this one at least.
Face it, no team serves up unpredictability quite like Ferrari. Now, Singapore 2017, it was their crown jewel. I remember watching it live thinking, damn, Verstappen's got a shot today. He looked so ready. The track was wet, the lights were about to go out, and I was hyped. 10 seconds later, my mouth was open wider than a front wing. Max had a solid start. Not amazing, but clean. Kimi blasted off from P4 like a rocket, and said he was just chilling on pole. Then, miscalculation.
And he's crashed with Verstappen. He's hit Vettel as well. Raikkonen is out before the first corner, and he's gone into the Red Bull there as well. Carnage as Fernando Alonso gets involved.
Vettel's off.
Yes, Vettel going backwards. He is off.
Kimi clips Max. Max rebounds into Seb. And then my favorite thing gets absolutely launched sideways. Straight into Alonso, who, by the way, had nailed his getaway and might have been contending for a podium in that Honda beauty. But yeah, brutal. 15 seconds. 3 contenders wiped before turn 1. Championship hopes in the bin. I mean, who scripts this stuff? Dead serious.
Oh, no.
Who caused it?
That car looked not trash, but looked so bad.
Depends which side of Reddit you asked. Max? Seb? Seb? It's complicated. Kimi? Probably just said, wah, and booked the next flight out of Marina Bay. And honestly, can't roast him. That track's cursed. Little did they know, the real storm was still to come in Sao Paulo. You know that moment when everything that could go wrong actually does? Yeah, that's Brazil 2012 in a nutshell. Now don't get it twisted. This wasn't just another Sunday drive. This was the season finale. On one side, Vettel, Schumi's Padawan, beekeeper, and most importantly, no longer a virgin.
Sorry, what? He is everywhere. Beekeeper? He's a beekeeper? And I will not talk about another fact. The next fact.
Connection a little bit after the back marker we had to pass. I think one of the virgins. There aren't many virgins in Formula 1, but anyways.
On the other, El Nano, born on Paella, in F1 since who knows when, with one big dream, bring Ferrari back to glory.
Fernando Alonso and Ferrari back on top of the podium.
How close was he? 13 points. Sounds doable, right? Well, not quite. Starting P7, my guy didn't just need a great race. He needed a chain reaction of miracles. Maybe even some Red Bull engine going kaboom.
Stop the car, we need to save the engine. Same problem as P3, stop the car.
Oh, Sebastian Vettel out of the race.
It happened before, but this time it was all going to be decided by fate. Could it get any more epic? Hell yeah!
And it's lights out, and away we go for one more time in 2012. Great start from Hamilton. What a start from Massa, already ahead of the 2 Red Bulls. Fernando Alonso goes around the outside, and Sebastian Vettel has already lost places, getting caught in no man's land on the inside.
Hamilton leads into turn 1 with Button right behind. It looks like a British parade. Calm, clean, proper. But don't blink, because behind them, Massa, possessed by the ghost of 2008, drives past both Red Bulls like he's got unfinished business, straight into P3. Panic takes over Webber, who decides the best strategy is slamming the door on his own teammate, forcing Seb to lift just to avoid sending him into another dimension. Wham! Top 4. And the prophecy? Starting to cook. Then, out of nowhere, savage Kimi shows up, mowing the grass just to avoid clipping Vettel.
Locking up and brakes, and there goes Kimi Raikkonen, wide and off the track.
The crowd gasps. Seb flinches. Somehow, no contact. But you know how they say, blink and life will pass you by? Well, that blink was about to hit bro like a freight train.
Oh, look, it's a Red Bull! It's a Red Bull, it's Sebastian Vettel in the middle of the track. It's the worst possible scenario.
You said it yourself, Crofty. It was the worst possible scenario. Bruno Senna's dive bomb meant that the man who had the trophy in the palm of his hand was now facing backwards in a broken car. However, for Ferrari, this was 2 miracles in one. There was no way they were going to waste that, right?
And he's gone straight on. Alonso's gone straight on. Brake too late. Track's obviously a bit slippery.
Meanwhile, Sebastian Vettel is up into 16th place now. He's cleared Vernon, he's cleared Glock, and he's cleared De La Rosa.
Good job, Sebastian. Don't take too many risks. He's very slippery. Just keep it there.
Oh, as off goes Kobayashi. Brazilian Grand Prix.
P9. That's P9 for Vettel. He's back into championship position.
Good job, Sebastian.
But like, it's slippery. Do they have like wets on, huh?
Doing a good job.
Paul di Resta has crashed. We're going to finish this championship season behind the safety car.
Safety car, stay out, stay out, stay out. Just finish this, just finish this.
Button wins, Alonso second, Massa third, and we look now for the man who's once, who's twice, and is 3 times a world
Sometimes I'm thinking how they can see through the rain.
champion. It is Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull. 3 constructors titles in a row, 3 drivers championships in a row.
Now, let me ask you something. What do Romain Grosjean and Kanye West have in common? If your first thought was fire, well, you're not wrong. But the real answer, they both have an elite talent for getting rejected by the system. And if that sounds like an exaggeration, let's rewind to Belgium that same year. See, by the time Spa rolled around, Romain wasn't just considered a fast driver. He was a moving hazard. 6 first lap crashes in 11 races. Australia? Okay, sure, I'll let that one slide.
And they make contact, and that's Grosjean going off in the Lotus, and he's got damage to that front right tyre.
Monaco? Foolish. Still not entirely his fault.
And already Romain Grosjean flews across the track, and Sebastian Vettel narrowly avoids him. Kamui Kobayashi crashes right into him, trouble in the first turn already.
So why all this controversy? Was the Frenchman just a magnet for misfortune? Oh no, my friend.
No?
It's lights out and away we go. That is a brilliant start from Maldonado. Oh dear, Romain Grosjean and Alonso and Lewis Hamilton all coming to grief at here in Belgium. Safety car is coming out.
Mon Dieu, this wasn't motorsport anymore. It was selecting scorched earth on the menu and hitting confirm. Starting P4, Monsieur Grosjean gets a clean launch. Then, don't ask me why, he cuts across Hamilton, trapping him against the wall. They bang wheels, and suddenly an anthem sounds.
You've been hit by, oh my Grosjean.
It was a miracle no one died. With that crash, the Lotus launches skyward, skipping over the McLaren like a frisbee and slicing just inches above Alonso's cockpit. Hamilton, out. Alonso, out. Perez, out. Kobayashi made it through, but probably pissed himself. Even the engineers were watching the replay like, are we serious right now? So what did the FIA do? They hit Grosjean with a race ban. Yeah, banned. One of the rarest penalties in modern F1. Last guy to get that, Michael frickin' Schumacher in 1994. You have to seriously mess up to end up in the same punishment tier as Pete Kaiser. From that moment on, Romain became the cautionary tale. A driver with raw speed, yes, but also raw chaos. The kind that doesn't just ruin races, but rewrites rule books. Thank God he's still here to laugh about it. And thank the Halo too. Which reminds me, a device introduced in 2018, mocked before I ever turned a wheel. They called it ugly.
I think as soon as I have that thing on my car, I don't like it. And I'm not even sitting in the car.
Unnecessary.
And, you know, when you look at the car, if it's ugly, you know, Formula 1 cars aren't ugly. They're not meant to be ugly.
The shopping trolley handle.
Yeah, but do you want to survive? Like, the purpose wasn't to make it more beautiful or what? The purpose was to save your damn head.
But just months later, at Spa, it proved them all wrong. Lap 1, turn 1, chaos again.
Lights out and away we go here at Spa. Goes over the top there of Charles Leclerc's Sauber.
Oh my God.
Shocking. It all started with Nico forgetting what brakes do, slamming into Alonso, who launches over Leclerc like a stunt jump. And this wasn't just some mid-air dance. That tire, it literally kisses the halo, like it's thanking it for existing. Because if that titanium bar wasn't there, that most probably would have been the last thing the Monegasque ever saw in F1. And maybe in his life. Haters got silenced after this. Instant attitude shift. But what really made it hit harder was the backstory. Leclerc's godfather, Jules Bianchi, Yeah, that's Zhou, the one whose crash in Japan led to the Halo being developed in the first place. So, in a weird, heartbreaking twist, the man F1 lost may have ended up saving the man he loved like a little brother. Gut punch. Full circle. Call it what you want. Leclerc was one of the skeptics. Didn't like the look. Thought it was too much. He tweeted it plain and raw. And speaking of moments that make your heart drop, next up is a crash so wild, even the Halo was like, bro, I'm doing my best. 3rd of July, 2022. Silverstone.
The British Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go.
Oh.
George Russell out of this race.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
George squeezes Gasly. Gasly tags Zhou. And in the blink of a bad decision, the Alfa Romeo lifts. Sparks, smoke, impact. But above all, the Halo grinding across the asphalt like a titanium lifeline. The track freezes. Russell abandons his own car, runs.
Yeah.
Marshals rush in. Cameras cut away. Wait, did
I'm so sorry, that was my water bottle.
we just watch someone die moment? Yeah, that. Eventually, they pull him out.
No.
Shaken,
It
but
wasn't like
alive. Miracle? Sure. However, not luck. His roll hoop snapped clean off. So what was the only thing keeping his skull off the asphalt? That same titanium arc once critics called a disgrace to the sport. However, the worst part, that was only the beginning. Behind them, Vettel sends Albon flying into the wall at like Mach 3. Albon rebounds straight back into the middle of the track and just gets packed. First by Tsunoda, then by Ocon. Then it was like a chain reaction of pain. 7 drivers involved, 5 cars instantly cooked, and we hadn't even made it halfway to turn 1. The crash was so brutal, it broke the FIA's crash tolerance scale. Imagine surviving a glitch in reality and still making the sport safer for everyone else. And Russell disqualified from restarting. Why? Because he got out to help. He saw a car.
I'm sorry, but what? No. You should thank him, god damn it. What the F? No. Like, okay, there, someone could die and you could help. No, F that. I will continue race. What the F? No. Screw you guys. Nope.
Fly off track and didn't wait for permission. He just ran. Modern F1 things, I guess. But after the crash I'm about to show you, we would have needed an entire grid of Russells just to check if everyone was okay. Now, no disrespect to Joe, but this was real chaos. Old school, no halo. Safety was just a suggestion, and it all started before the first corner. In the summer of 1994, Michael Schumacher was rewriting history. However, while the whole world watched his domination, they also saw one of the sport's most brutal reminders. Go big or go home.
It's on! And this, straight into the wall, the race will be stopped. And look at that, the car's all
Cars piling up left and right.
It's so bad.
Like a traffic jam where the only direction is out of the race. Damon Hill, Barrichello, Oliver Panis, and even more other drivers chalked. There wasn't even time for strategy or pace to matter. You either survived turn 1 or you were part of the wreckage. Funnily enough, this wasn't even red flag. Today's F1, they just stopped the race instantly. Honestly, classic 90s F1. You could have launched a car to the moon and the FIA would have said, yeah, carry on, lads. And yeah, this race is also where this went down.
Oh, and fuel. That's the first time we've had a fuel splash. Oh, my goodness me. Well, now, just let's keep calm. There are a lot of fire officials down there.
Honestly, it's a miracle nobody got seriously hurt. By the end, only 8 cars finished. So when half the field crashes and a car catches...
8 cars finished. Yeah. What the F?
Fire in the pits. This wasn't just a race. It was trauma disguised as a Sunday drive. Now let's take a trip to the streets of Monte Carlo.
Drama as disguised as Monday? No. Sunday. Drive. Seriously. That was on point.
Where madness comes with yachts and overpriced espresso. Who doesn't love a good opening lap battle? Monaco 2024 had one for about 5 seconds. Then it became a group therapy session with carbon fiber. Lights went out, and before we could even get in bed to sleep for the next 78 laps, the back of the field absolutely detonated. I mean, there was chaos before we even got to the first timing sector. Perez, Magnussen, and...
him there.
So here's where it all went down. Our beloved Mexican launched off from P16. A terrible quali already set in the mood. Out of nowhere, Magnussen saw a gap that didn't exist. I mean, it is Monaco after all. And then, kaboom!
Yeah, Monaco, it's not the greatest, the easiest.
The Red Bull got tapped, snapped, and went full Beyblade across the track. Carbon fiber everywhere. Hulk got caught in the crossfire too. Just collateral damage at that point. 3 cars totaled. 0 overtakes made. Meanwhile, before the race was red flagged, the Baguettes were doing their own thing, which apparently was crashing into each other.
Oh, there's another incident.
Oh, yeah.
As 2 Alpines get into each other.
Gasly's reaction.
What did you do? What did you do?
The tallest Frenchman got absolutely roasted by his own team after the race. Alpine's boss literally said, "We will draw the consequences." And they definitely did, because almost 2 weeks later, Alpine decided to part ways with him. And let's not forget about the smooth operator, because that day he wasn't that smooth. Chile locked up under heavy braking and dropped to P16 after a slight touch with Piastri's McLaren.
For signs, he has got a problem, he's off, and he's out.
Luckily for him, it was just a scare since they restarted and he kept his 3rd place. So yeah, Monaco 2024 reminded everyone that even in the era of ultra-safe tracks and boring DRS trains, things get scary sometimes. The rules don't care who you are. This track doesn't give second chances. In every turn, it's just a scene of a high-speed horror movie. But Spa 1998, Spa said, "What if we added hydroplaning and ego? Let me walk you through it. Do you like development arcs?" This race wasn't just a crash compilation. It was the peak of F1 destruction. It all started when Coulthard lost the car a few seconds after the start. Coming out of La Source, absolutely no grip, no vision, and just like that, madness. Drivers behind had no shot at reacting, and so began what is now officially one of the most expensive chain reactions in F1 history.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, no, no,
that
no,
I
no,
have ever seen in the whole of my life.
Total carnage.
11 cars wiped out before they even hit Radion. Carnage everywhere.
11 cars. Oh my god. I saw that there was a lot, but I didn't think it's 11.
Everyone got smacked so hard it looked like they were playing bumper cars. And this was only lap 1. They restarted the race. And yeah, they had spare cars back then, but honestly, the field looked like F1 with a tight budget. And even though this is the race with the most DNFs in the first lap, we haven't even gotten to the most iconic moment yet. Not on the first lap, but who even cares? The Kaiser had somehow dodged the first massacre and was cooking. He was leading comfortably until DC. Yeah, he again decided to be the final boss. Let me give you the context. He lifted off on the racing line in the middle of a straight while being lapped, where visibility was basically 0. And how does this relate to Schumi? Glad you asked.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Remember this.
Of the Belgian Grand Prix.
Rear-ended him. Race over. And this is where we get one of the most iconic moments from. He stomped down the pit lane like a man possessed, straight up marching into the McLaren garage, looking to throw hands. The McLaren driver was shook. Mechanics had to stand between them. I mean, scenes. Meanwhile, back on track, Damon Hill casually won the race for Jordan, their first win ever.
Damon Hill wins in Belgium. Fantastic.
Crazy to think this is not why Spa 98 is remembered. Sometimes the opening lap doesn't just set the tone, it flips the whole damn script. And this race proved that chaos isn't the exception in F1, it's the tradition. So, if you want to relive more of that sweet, sweet carnage, go and watch my video about the most what the f crashes of all time. And as always, thank you for watching.
We have that as already. Yay. Oh my gosh. This was something. Yeah, I guess I I already remember some. Of course, I'm watching kind of a lot F1 videos, but yeah. 11 cars. 11 cars. Oof. That's effing a lot. So yeah, thank you for suggesting this video, and I hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please consider to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, take care. Bye!